Welcome to your weekly dose of the ultimate sales machine. This week, we're doing something a little bit different. So I did an experiment recently. I did a keynote in New Orleans a few weeks ago, and I just got this feeling that I should do this special thing, and I captured the special thing, and I'm bringing it to you all. So would you like to reduce your stress by about 30%, up to 30%, in less than 2 minutes without costing you a dime? Would that be something that would be of interest to you? When I ask the crowds that I've been speaking in front of lately if they would like that, it is the most enthusiastic moment I get out of my talks, and usually they're anywhere between an hour to 90 minutes, and I've got a lot of engagement. They're perpetually talking, but at that point when I ask, everyone seems so in need of something to just declutter the mind and reduce stress. And when I've been at my peaks of stress, inheriting my father's business was no small feat. This was one of the gifts that I got from my teacher, my spiritual teacher. Her formal title, Sarva Loka Ma, Her Holiness Shri 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 1008 Guruji Punamji. I just call her Guruji because that's a fairly long name to say every time, but it's a very high honor. So this is a tip that she taught me. Now, what we did is I brought everybody up to my presidential suite in New Orleans, just about 15 people, and we all did this exercise. Now, what I want you to do right now before we do the exercise is on a scale from 1 to 10, I just want you to close your eyes and go inward and just ask yourself, where am I at? 10 meaning I'm hyper stressed, 1 meaning I'm relaxed and easygoing. So from 10 to 1, what is your number? Okay. Now, majority of people think that meditation is something where you sit in silence. And that is, I hear all the time people say, I'm terrible at meditating. Well, I'll have you know, little known secret that I learned from my guru, my Indian mentor. She actually taught me that when we go into silence, the monkey mind only gets louder, and the whole purpose, the definition of meditation is to have an altered state of consciousness. So when your monkey mind gets louder, that is the antithesis of what meditation is supposed to be. So what you can do to actually calm the mind and be able to rise above all of that chatter is to use short phrases, something positive, and repeat it in a melody line so that your brain just kind of starts flowing into another frequency, if you will, and it helps you elevate and get there much faster than if you'd have to sit in silence for, some people have to sit in silence for years before they can attain that altered state of consciousness. This is something that within only a few minutes, you can have some experience of altering your mental state. So when I did it in the room, I did the exercise for 10 minutes with this group because they were more advanced. But for the purpose of this podcast, I want to give you the opportunity to come back to this and listen to it whenever you need a lift me up. If you're feeling tired, I asked them afterwards, what did they experience? And they said, I was feeling really tired, but now I feel great. Or I was feeling kind of stressed, but now I feel more at ease. So I'm going to give you this. It'll be about 2.5 minutes. And after you're done, I want you to then check in again on a scale from 1 to 10. Where are you at? And see if your number decreased. Okay, so I'm going to now let the footage take over and walk you through. The words are very simple. Let me give them to you now. You can repeat after me. I'm happy. I love myself. My body's full of love and light. Now, I know that sounds silly. I'm happy. I love myself. My body's full of love and light. I used to teach this in Los Angeles, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy, and they'd roll their eyes. But after a few minutes, you can't help but crack a smile because it's just joyful. So, while you're doing this, There are different levels of being able to reach its full effect. You can listen to it and you can think it in your head, which is one level of decreasing your stress. Another is actually speaking it out loud and saying the words. And then the third level is actually singing along with the rhythm. Now, when you project, it's not about how you sound. I hear very often people say, well, I'm not a good singer. It's not about singing at all. It's actually about the vibration. You're breaking up the tense, stuck stress that's sitting in your shoulders, that's sitting in your stomach, that's furrowing your brow, right? All of these places where we have stuck, tight, clenched muscles and energy, we're just dissipating with the sound of your own voice. You don't need a therapist, you don't need a doctor, you don't need any kind of substances. I'm giving you a tool that you can use at any time of your own volition, and it's just the sound of your own voice. So the louder that you get, the better it is to help you clear. It's not about how you sound, it's about the vibration. So go ahead and take 3 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Again. Out through the mouth. You're really just releasing all of that stress, so it makes a lot of noise. In through the nose. Last time, out through the mouth. Okay. And I'm just going to pick up in the middle of where we were at, and then when you feel comfortable, you can start singing along. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. I'm happy, happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. One more time, it was too good. I'm happy, I love myself, my body's full of love and light. We did it! Well, I'd be curious to hear what people's experiences were. If you're willing to share, what did you experience? Do you want to go?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can go.
Yeah.
I guess as like the time went on, there were times where like I was, processing the words, and other times there was like reflex. So kind of as the words like lost and regained meaning throughout 10 minutes, that was like pretty interesting for myself.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you want to share, Christine?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, I had really low energy coming in. I was like, I gotta pass, I'm gonna go lie down. And then someone was like, no, you should go. And then while I was doing that, I was like, I had all this energy, like I just worked out. I was like, oh, got a lot of energy going on there. Felt really good. And I felt a sense of clearing. Oh.
Beautiful.
I felt like Charlie and I were starting to harmonize that.
He had the bass, he had the baritone.
Harmony couch right there.
She was the muse. I was like, all right, if we can freestyle this a little bit.
Absolutely. It's
Whatever.
like,
How many
go
times?
for
We're
it,
doing this like
Charlie.
100 times. Let's go up and
Yeah.
down a little bit. Yeah. For me, I noticed like at first I felt like a lot of constriction and restriction in my lungs, and it was like hard to like muster energy to like actually just get it out. And then after maybe like 10 rounds or something like this, I started to feel that ease up and free up so that I could like actually project a little bit louder, and it felt like a little clearer. So just, I don't know, physically I felt a little bit of like, freedom, kind of some space created there. Over time. Yeah, it was fun.
Clearing of the throat chakra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I felt means when I was kind of like tired
Yeah.
when I walked into the room, and then later on it's kind of like self-energizing. Just the chanting of it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I felt like an energy it's really started to flow around, like it just like became
Sound vibration.
I went like loud for me and then quiet and then loud, like it just felt like it was listening or accepting other vibrations and then wanting to give out more. It was just, to me, it felt like a flow that I could feel around the room. Yeah.
I was smiling so hard it started to hurt. I was so happy that I had to take a break.
You had to take a break of smiling.
Yes, it was like actually hurting. I was smiling so much. So then I had to close my eyes and just go inward because I was really enjoying everybody and like you're saying, like pouring into them. I'm like, I don't think I'll sustain 10 minutes. I have to retreat.
Run, Forrest, run.
It felt great though.
That might be your slogan for your podcast, breaking from happiness.
Yeah.
Taking a break from
Yeah,
happiness.
you'll have to do happiness and shifts.
Yeah.
You
could do like the book 60% Happier. So.
For me, it was I really enjoyed the meditation to start.
Yeah.
Like that put me in the right spot, just listening.
Yeah.
And then when we started, I thought I was losing my breath a little bit. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't keep my breath up at the
Yes.
end. And so I thought, how can I do this just simply? And so I started taking a deep breath when they were going, and then just the out breath, and then I got into more of a rhythm. So that's pretty cool.
That happens very often when you chant. The things that you're clearing are coming up, so it restricts your voice, it'll hurt your back, you'll go through aches and pains. You're like, what is going on? Because you're processing the energy as it's flowing out.
Okay. Yeah.
So you went through a clearing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Same with
thank
Charlie,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other day in Tampa, I felt like I was like twisting all over and
Yeah.
like edgy, or not edgy, but it's like you're just readjusting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, did you do on a scale from 1 to 10 where you're at now? If you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes and just tune in. On a scale from 1 to 10, where are you at now? 10 is I'm stressed beyond belief. 1 is I'm cool, calm, and collected. Where are you at? Now, we did do some before and after photos as well of everybody, because we did about 12 minutes worth of meditating, and I can show them to you. They're quite wonderful. On the left is the before picture, on the right is the after photo. Now, part of my mission here at Chi is to assist people if doubling your sales means that it's at the expense of your health or your family. I am not interested. That is what happened to my father, and I lost him at 55. So part of my mission is to help more companies, more executives, to be able to find the calm within the storm. So this is one of those tools that you can utilize to be able to double your sales while cutting your stress in half. Now, for those of you that are interested in our Ultimate Sales Machine Dojo, which I've been talking about recently, it's a program that we've developed, a community-based training where it's all about implementing the strategies that everyone reads about in the Ultimate Sales Machine, but just haven't been able to get it into the DNA of their company. So we're inviting whole teams to come and join us in these calls, in these virtual calls, just 1 hour a week. And for the 10 minutes before each weekly call, I will be doing this exercise just to help people out, just to get the calm in the mind and to reduce of the stress, and remind yourself in the midst of a day that you can stop and just take a moment for yourself to get reconnected and reset. So that is one thing that I will offer along with the Ultimate Sales Machine Dojo. If you would like to apply, we will be accepting applications until April 28th. That is the last day we will be accepting applications, April 28th. You just go to dojo.ultimatesalesmachine.com. That's dojo, DOJO, .ultimatesalesmachine.com.